Welcome to Hall's Gymnasium on the campus of WKCTC, the home of the Stars. And you are watching the Stars pregame show. I'm your host, Anthony Ridgway. I'm with our head basketball coach, Coach Chumbler. And Coach, trying to bounce back from what happened to us a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. When a team, Dyersburg State, the way they shot the ball, there weren't many teams that were going to beat them tonight. And that, I can live with that. If we played the way we're supposed to play. The next night hit me harder against Southeast Illinois, and that one really bothered me. So we've made some changes today, and we've simplified things. I've actually cut a lot out of the offense. Instead of adding things, we've cut a lot out. We're going to simplify it, and there's no excuse to not be doing what you're supposed to do.
You said hit you harder. What do you mean in that regard?
Well, we just didn't play well. We didn't play hard, and I can't live with that. And so this week, everything was a competition. If your team lost a drill, you ran. And, everything. And to their credit, they stepped up and accepted the challenge. And we got a group of 5 to 7 guys that really played well together, and we're going to start some young guys today. A couple guys that hadn't started at all, and they've earned it. And if you're winning, it's one thing. But when you're getting beat the way we've been getting beat, it doesn't make any sense not to make a change.
You didn't have to put the bucket out at center floor for those that got sick, did you?
Well, yeah, we did. There's probably a trash can still over here. Because, there was some of that going on, and I'm okay with that, trust me. Just don't throw up on my shoes. I don't care.
What can we expect from Elizabeth? You're crazy, Coach. What can we expect from Elizabethtown today?
They'll be well coached. John Bayhew's a good friend of mine. I always love seeing him. He's a great guy. They'll be well coached. He's an excellent coach. They'll play well. Number 23, whatever his name, Trey Richardson. Very good shooter. And that's honestly all I know about them.
Now, we can't expect the kind of shooting tonight that we saw the other night here at home.
Don't get me to say anything. Cause, I say no, and they're going to come out and not miss the first 20 minutes. So who knows,
What's our game plan, and I'll let you get out of here.
Push the ball, and be disciplined and active.
That's a game plan in a nutshell.
Yes, sir.
Well, good luck to you tonight, and hopefully we can bounce back and come back and play Stars basketball.
All right, I appreciate you.
Thank you, Coach, and I'll see you at the postgame show.
Thank you.
You are watching the WKCTC Stars pregame show. I'm your host, Anthony Ridgway. We'll be back with more after this short break. Thank you, Coach.
A new scholarship for nursing students at West Kentucky Community and Technical College is making a difference in the life of Olivia Pfizer, the first student to receive the Bailey N. Holt Tribute Scholarship.
To be the first recipient of this scholarship is such an honor for me, especially coming from Marshall County, and I just hope that Bailey is proud of me and will watch over me while I go through school, and I'll just keep her in my mind.
Paducah Uniform Headquarters owner Kimberly Davis established the $500 scholarship as a way to honor Bailey Holt, one of the students who died in the shooting at Marshall County High School in January 2018. Davis says when she found out that Bailey wanted to be a nurse, she knew she had to do something for the family.
We knew we had to help out, be a part of, do something to live out Bailey's passion.
She wanted to be a labor and delivery nurse. That was her dream. That was her heart. That was her being. She wanted to be a nurse. That's all she talked about.
Like Bailey, Olivia wants to be a labor and delivery nurse. The scholarship is helping Olivia work toward that dream.
We used the scholarship to help pay for my first semester of nursing school. It went towards my tuition. The scholarship was really a big blessing for me and my family.
The scholarship requires students to be enrolled in the WKCTC nursing program, earn a minimum 3.0 GPA, and possess the qualities of scholarship, leadership, and community service. Applicants also wrote an essay on why they wanted to become a nurse. When Kimberly received the essays, she made the choice not to read them.
I didn't want to sway the family. I wanted them to read the essays and choose who spoke to them.
The way she wrote her essay, it touched my husband and I both. My first impression of Olivia was she reminded me so much of Bailey. In so many ways, she loves her family, loves her friends, and has a true passion for nursing, and that was very important to us.
Whenever I got the call, I didn't even think about the money. I just can't believe that they picked me.
It's not about the money, it's about helping people, and the hashtag Be Like Bailey, be kind, help others, be true to yourself, and follow your dreams. And I think that's what Olivia is going to do.
Secret and Olivia meeting for the first time. The smiles on their faces reflect how the scholarship has built a lifelong connection between them.
I'm Anthony Ridgway along with Richard Abraham, welcoming you to I almost said tonight, but this afternoon's broadcast between the Elizabethtown Community Technical College Barons and the West Kentucky Community College Technical College Stars. And for the starting lineups, first for the Barons of Elizabethtown Community College, at one guard, Isaiah Bulware. He'll wear number 24. Their big man, the hot hand, number 23, Trey Richardson. He's at the other guard. Eric George, he'll wear number 11. He's at one forward. The big man in the middle, number 5, Gage Pearsall. And at the other forward, number 10, Anton Harrison. They are coached by John Veek. They have a record of 1-4. Yes, 1-4. They got a late start to their season. And for the WKCTC Stars, at one guard, Jaquan Jones. He will wear number 4, 5'10", from Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Dre Smith will be at the other guard. He's 6'2", from Fulton, Kentucky. He'll wear number 1. Hayden Lee. He'll wear number 33, 6'4", at one forward from Metropolis, Illinois. Avery Strayhorn, a freshman, 6'6". He'll wear number 0. He's from Paducah, Kentucky, went to high school at Paducah Tillman. And rounding out the starting 5, Aaron Reed in the middle. He'll wear number 35, 6'6" forward from Benton, Kentucky, over in Marshall County. The Stars are coached by Mike Chumbler. They have a record of 4-8, and we are just about set for basketball action here tonight, Abraham.
Yes, sir.
And before we go any further, you did a wonderful job on the national anthem. And hey, you knew the words correctly. How about that?
Oh, see, I had to make sure I did that because I know I had to come back.
I knew you were going to say that.
I can't handle that, man. So, yeah, always an honor to do our national anthem. And
you did a wonderful, wonderful job. Of course, I knew you could sing from our days as kids growing up. And, of course, you sang in the choir at high school. You have a wonderful voice.
I appreciate it, man. Talking about this game here, I like the energy I was feeling from our guys, the Stars, in warm-up. But, okay, so the warm-ups are over. Let's see if that energy transcends to the ball game.
Starting 5 on the floor are 4 of the 5 starters are new.
Wow, Coach shook it up, didn't he?
He said he was going to shake it up after getting beat the way we did the last 2 games. He said he couldn't stand any more of that standing around, and if they lost a drill in practice, they had to run.
Wow.
First shot up, no good. And here comes Eric George.
Nice
Shot
block.
blocked away on the inside by Hayden Lee. Rather, Aaron Reed. And the Barons get it back. Their hot man, Trey Richardson, has it, driving to the basket on the right side. Up, no good, gets its own rebound, puts it in.
Yeah, Trey's going to do a better job not letting this guy get by him on that drive to the basket.
And if he does get by him, you have to put a body on him to keep him from getting the rebound.
That's right.
Ariel, I know you're watching in the Bronx. Thanks for joining the broadcast. Strayhorn. Gives way, shot up, no good, rebound. Anton Harrison. And the Barons are going to be set to walk the ball up the floor to try and slow the Stars down.
Is that Bulware, number 24?
That is Bulware. Kind of remind you of Peter Bulware, does it? Shot up, no good, rebound gotten by Anton Harrison, has his shot blocked, gets it back and puts it in. Dre Smith Gives way to Hayden Lee, looking out back out top to Smith. The Barons man-to-man. Smith, three-pointer, no good. Rebound again. Anton Harrison, and that's his second rebound of the game, and he's going to be tied up by Jaquan Jones, and that's going to create a jump ball.
Possession arrow goes to E-Town.
Something we haven't had this year thus far, we have an afternoon game on a Saturday.
Has a little different feel to it.
It does.
Nice hands by Dre. Look up, look up.
And the ball is going to be lost by Hayden Lee.
Whoa.
And an alley-oop dunk that time to Trey Richardson. And he has 4 points. He is their hot man.
That's an example of we had the ball and the numbers, couldn't handle it, turned the two for them.
6-0 our score, just underway. Turnaround shot, no good. Rebound. Back inside, no good. You have to make those. We missed a bunch of those the last two games. Barons back the other way. Eric George and Coach Chumler see something already. He wants a timeout. It's 8-0 with 17:20 left to go in the first half. We'll step aside. Barons on top of the Stars by 8.
30-second timeout, Stars.
Back at Hall's Gymnasium. Stars bring it up the court after the timeout. Trailing 8-0.
Come on.
Dre looking inside. Hayden Lee has his shot partially blocked. Anton Harrison comes out of there with it, gives way to Eric George.
Good D. Good defense on straight on.
And here comes Jaquan Jones.
Got numbers.
To the basket, splits defenders.
You got to
no
finish,
good.
Man. Has to finish.
Rebound Boulware. Alley-oop the other way. Gage Pearsall. Air ball that time by the Stars, and that will turn it over to the Barons. Looks like we have an injury on the floor. Gage Pearsall is limping as we see Antonio Garrison go to the scores table to check in for the Barons.
I think he turned his ankle down there on
I
that
think he
last
did.
sequence.
He's limping on it too. Deep three, no good. Three, no good. Rebound, Aaron Reed on the move. Gives way to Strayhorn, lays it up.
Nice.
Strayhorn. And we have a whistle. There's going to be some blood on the arm of Hayden Lee.
That was
see Strayhorn on the fast break.
Yeah, that was the best transition sequence that we've seen
in a long time.
Three or four games. But this game, we got to have someone to take the ball to the hole on a consistent basis, man.
Pearsall checks out of the lineup. He appears to be limping on the sideline, going to adjust his right shoe. He turned his ankle. Antonio Garrison checks in for him. He's trying to stretch it out over on the sideline. He's talking to me. He turned his ankle. Basket by the Barons.
Richardson with a three.
Their first three of the game. Anthony Darsh checks into the lineup for the Stars. And we're going to have a foul called in the paint.
Richardson, his first, team's first.
As you see Dre Smith on the way to the paint, and he's fouled.
Smith to the line.
Antonio Harrison.
His first.
First free throw by Smith is up, and it's good. 13-3.
Yeah, you don't want to start out and put yourself in such a hole, man, because you just have to exert so much energy
getting out of
to
it.
get even.
Mm-hmm. And by the time you exert all that energy trying to catch up,
yeah, it takes its toll late in the game.
It sure does. Richardson cross court to George. George looking to Garrison.
He traveled
into the paint. He did travel. His shot was blocked going to the paint anyway.
Yeah.
Second turnover of the game for the Barons.
Now we need to take advantage of this situation right over that turnover. There it is.
Strayhorn.
There it is.
Looking inside for Jaquan Jones, and
nice
he gets
pass.
a layup.
Nice pass from Strayhorn from the top to the bottom.
Stars now in that full court press.
Turn it over.
Cross court to Garrison. Being guarded by Strayhorn. Looking inside. Shot up from 12 feet away by George. Good.
They took their time, worked the ball around. Oh, no foul on that.
To the basket, Jaquan Jones comes away. I thought he was fouled also, as Richardson takes it back the other way and lays it in.
Yeah, that's
9 points. Yes.
Grabbed the ball.
Strayhorn had a man open and decided to.
You got to catch the ball.
You do.
Catch the ball clean, you got to move. We got a break there. We got a charge. But when you position yourself, establish position in the paint, you got your hand up. That entry pass hits you exactly where you want it. If you don't catch it clean, you've lost your advantage.
Yes. The foul is on Anton Harrison. That's his first, team second. Excuse me. Antonio Garrison goes back to the bench as Gage Pearsall returns to the lineup with that turned ankle for the Barons. Jones gives way to Reed. And now they've gone to a 1-2-2 defense in the zone.
Nice.
All the way to the basket
Nice.
was Reed, and he gets his first points of the game.
Yeah, and I think that ankle may be hampering his lateral movement.
He didn't step up to play defense on that one. Pearsall inside has his shot blocked by Darge, and he's still limping on that ankle.
Yeah, and that's messing with him upstairs in his head, man. He's a very aggressive player, but he can't go to the hole and play defense as aggressively because he's got an injury.
As you see, Darge knocks it away on the rejection.
Oh, he
stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, now let's take advantage of these turnovers.
Isaiah Bulware steps on the sideline in front of the Stars bench, and that'll be the third turnover of the game for the Barons. 17-8 is our score. Approaching the midway mark of the first half. Strayhorn from three, no good. Rebound.
Nobody on the board.
Harrison.
That's
and it's off Harrison's foot, and it's going to be a turnover, and it'll go to the Stars.
All right, Trey put a little pressure on him, but let's get some points out of this trip.
Harrison starting to complain a little to Richardson. The teammates are going at each other. That's not a good sign.
That's not a good sign. There you go.
Strayhorn on the inside from the pass and puts it in off the backboard for the basket.
Coach said that whenever these two teams get together, it's usually a pretty good game.
Errant pass sails and is knocked away by Jaquan Jones. He chases it down.
Nice hustle.
The ball will remain with the Barons. And you can see on the defensive hustle by Jaquan Jones. Kind of a gloomy day out there, Abe.
It is. Man, that's a little sunshine.
Bulware brings some sunshine for the Barons.
Well, he's a lengthy, wiry player.
Now, was that a 3 or 2?
That was a 2.
And the ball sails out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover, and it will go to the Barons. Timeout on the floor. 20-10 is our score. 12-17 left to go in the first half. Stars trail by 10 at home. Back after this. Welcome back to Stars Gymnasium. 12-17 in the first half. 20-10 our score.
Wow.
And on the semi-fast break, the Stars, Pearsall gets the layup.
That's 4 points for him. First half.
Barron stay in that zone trying to pack the middle. Inside, Aaron Reed on the pump fake gets it to go.
Starting to hit some of those easier shots.
They're starting to fall.
Nice hands.
Darge almost comes up with the steal on the press. Richardson shot up, no good inside. Darge comes away with the rebound, and here comes Aaron Reed. Reed takes it to the hole, pump fake, goes up, no good. Going to be fouled by Anton Harrison. That's going to be his second foul, and that'll be the third for the team as Damon Munford sets to check in at the scores table.
Yeah, we taking the ball to the hole. There's benefits to do that. You put pressure on the defense, forces them to protect the rim, and that's what you want. Force them to go deep in that bench. And a lot of times you have a strategy from first half to second half. If you can get some early fouls, sometimes more than likely it pays off later in the game.
Aaron Reed's first free throw is good. His second one is airborne, and it too is good. Gage Pearsall goes back to the bench with that turned ankle as Damon Munford checks into the lineup, and a turnover for the Stars.
Nice.
Dre Smith gets the basket off the turnover. That cuts the lead to 6. Stars in that full court press. Richardson from 3, no good. Rebound. And here comes Dre Smith on the layup, gets it to go. 6 points in the game. They've cut the lead down to 4. Three. Good. Nobody on him that time. Bullware.
Yeah, that first one he hit was a 3 earlier.
So he now has 6 points, 2 3-pointers in the game. I thought it was, but I was not for sure.
Nice hit, Tom.
Coach Teague wanting a 3-second. There's no one in the lane. Rebound. Richardson goes up high.
He was saying it took that kid 3 seconds to do all that when he was on his stomach. Whoa.
3. Damon Munford. And just like that, the lead is back to 10. Halfway through the first half, I'm Anthony Ridgway. He's Richard Abraham. Strayhorn to the paint. Almost got it to go, but it rolled off. The foul is going to be on Anton Harrison. That's his third.
Yeah, no.
On Harrison, his third, team's fourth.
He has 3 of the team's 4 fouls.
Hadn't done too much offensively, but been pretty decent defensively.
Strayhorn to the free throw line. And he gets it to go. Avery now with 5 points in the game. Demetri Johnson checked into the lineup now for the Barons. Pearsall still limping on that leg. On the sideline for the Barons. Strayhorn's second free throw, no good. Pardon me. Stars in that full court press. Reed anchoring the back line along with Darge. Too many passes inside, knocked out of bounds by the Stars, and the Barons will maintain possession as Alex Van Hook checks into the lineup for Avery Strayhorn. Van Hook, a 6'4",
He's got a
forward
nice
from Greenville, Kentucky. Go ahead, Abe.
nice outside shot. He needs to hit that first one, though. He's a streaky shooter.
Richardson,
Nice
shot
rebound.
up, no good. Rebound, Van Hook. Dre Smith from 3. No good. Trey Richardson, rebound for the Barons. Richardson with 9 points for Elizabethtown Community College. Draws a double team.
Wow.
Looks down inside. Johnson loses it out of bounds. Was it touched by the Stars? No, it's going to be a turnover. And that's 4 turnovers now in the half for the Barons.
I like the fact that the referee on the baseline checked with the guy on the end. He didn't make a call right now, so he goes this way.
That trail official looked at the lead official for some help and got it. Darge looking inside, has his pass tipped away by Damon Munford.
Yeah, and Trey's telling him, you got to zip that ball to me, man. You got to have some heat on it. A little mustard.
Put some mustard on that hot dog.
That's it. Man, you and these hot dogs, man, huh? You got to let it go.
Well, I like hot dogs, man.
You got to let it go, Ridge.
I'm sorry, I like them. Well, we're at it. Hamburgers, too, if you just want to get down to it.
Wow. Oh, there you go.
Three-pointer.
Bang.
Got it.
There you go. Yeah, just nudged him out of the way. Give me some room, brother.
Van Hook knocks down to 3. Cuts the lead back to 6. Richardson.
Oh, get him.
Three-pointer. No good by George. And Dre Smith comes with the rebound, and he's on the move.
Uh-oh.
And he turned it over.
Caught him.
That's Coach Teague you hear in the background, and he is letting one of his players on the floor, letting him know exactly what he needs to do.
And then he turns and preaches to the choir right there.
He has not sat down since the game began. And we're going to have a travel call. That's 5 turnovers on the Barons.
Yeah, Coach is not happy with that.
And just like that, he goes to the bench, and we see Chris Height checking into the lineup for Dietrich Johnson as you see the turnover now. Dre Smith appears to be kind of gassed. And he heard me.
I love his personality, man.
I don't know what he said to me.
That's a turnover by us.
Richardson. Looking inside, throws it away.
Heads up.
And Van Hook comes away with it. Now to Reed inside, lays it up good.
Nice, there you go. Go ahead.
Reed with 8 points. Go ahead, Abe.
He took that one extra dribble to get past him, and he had the exact perfect angle to bank that off the square.
Cuts the lead to 4 points. 7:22 left in the half. Richardson tried to dunk. Darge there to block it. And the Barons come up with the loose ball, knocked out of bounds by Van Hook, and the Barons maintain possession.
I tell you, that's really fired up. That block at the rim, you always got to protect your rim. It's got the guys a little fired up right there. Good team defense.
As you see, Alex Van Hook knocks it out of bounds on the hustle play. As Hayden Lee returns to the lineup, Anthony Darge goes to the bench for the Stars.
High fives, great hand claps on everybody on that effort defensively.
I think Coach got their attention.
I think so. Uh-oh.
Richardson on the dunk. Woo, what a facial.
Yeah, somebody's got some facial bruising on that.
They stay in that zone, and it's going to be a foul called against Damon Munford as he all but mugged Hayden Lee. That's his first, team 5.
Tell you what, that dunk was a launch. That's a 10th point for
Did you see how airborne he was?
Yeah, he was. Money.
Three-pointer, no good. Rebound. Bullware. Isaiah on the move. Richardson, pump fakes, gives it back to Bullware. Stars staying at man-to-man. It looks like it's kind of a matchup zone.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Richardson, no good. Rebound. Jones, and he's on the move. Inside, shot up. Gets it to go is Van Hook.
We're getting those rolls at the rim.
At least they're going to the rim.
Yeah, exactly.
Barons. Pump fake height. Goes to the rim, no good. Rebound. Stars. On the move to the basket, and he gets and it rolls off.
You got to finish. Needed that one.
Bullware with the rebound. And it's going to be a foul called as Hayden Lee accidentally bumps into Isaiah Bullware. And that's going to be a foul call.
Yeah, that last move needed
As you
that
can
one.
see, gets it to go is Hayden Lee. And Lee picks up the foul on the ensuing.
And Richardson leaves it with 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Lee's first foul, team's first foul. Jones to the hole, no good.
There you go.
But he's going to be a foul. Lamont Bell checks into the lineup for the Stars.
Coaches on his team, Elizabethtown, that was a coast-to-coast drive. And he wants to know from his boys, why is it that we didn't stop that somewhere in a transition?
Stop the ball.
Yeah, and when you don't stop it, that's what you get.
That's what happens, yes.
And I guarantee you, Coach Chomler would have been asking his boys the same
Same
question.
exact thing. Jones misses both free throws. Stars maintain possession. Bell pump fake. Gives way to Dre Smith. Goes inside. And it's going to be called for the charge.
Whoa.
I thought that was a block. It was a tray. Yeah, it was a charge.
It was amazing that these guys hit the floor and get up like that.
Yeah. But old to be young.
We used to be that.
I was going to say, that was us when we were younger, yeah.
We used to do it.
But you're too old now.
What?
Don't forget, I went to school with you. Shot up, no good. Jones rebound.
You got to catch it clean.
They turn it over. Height comes up with it for the Barons. The lefty pulls up from 12, no good. Dre Smith with the rebound. 4:40 left to go in the half. 30-26 our score. Hayden Lee anchoring that back line. And Dre Smith with a three-pointer. His first three of the game. 9 points in the game for Dre Smith.
There you go.
And he comes up with the steal. Gives way to Lamont Bell, and he gets it to go.
There you go.
How about that for transition?
When you make that aggressive move to the basket, it forces the defense to take you. You can't be in middle ground on that. And so when you made that move over to Trey, he kicked it over to Lamont. That's what you want.
4:15 left to go in the half. We're knotted up at 30. We'll step aside, back after this. Welcome back to Haas Gymnasium. We're knotted up at 30. Didn't start out that way. The Barons jumped all over the Stars from the onset, but the WKCTC Stars came clawing back. Coach Chumler found that combination for which he was looking, and it has paid off.
It has. It has. And somewhere the message is getting through. Take the ball to the hole.
Go to the rim. Lamont Bell going to go back to the free throw line when play resumes and tries to earn 3 points the old-fashioned way. He managed to get the layup to go on the crib shot on the pass from Dre Smith, and he was fouled by Demetric Johnson. Lamont Bell's free throw is up, and it's good. He has 3 points in the game. Did not start tonight.
No, he did not. Maybe that's a little motivation for him.
Barons, George, 6 points. First half has flown by rather quickly. Smith, three-pointer, no good. Rebound. Bullware. Here come the Barons. Pulls up 12, good.
Coming out of the timeout, these guys are responding.
8 points now for
George.
Eric George. And a turnover by the Stars. And Pearsall comes up with it. Three-pointer, no good. Follows a shot. Height, no good. Kicks it back out for the three, no good. And Van Hook with the rebound for the Stars.
Nice move.
Jump stop, goes inside, can't get it to go. You gotta finish that. Rebound, brought out of there by Richardson. To the other end, Pearsall can't get it to go, gets his own rebound. Shot up for three, good. We have an errant whistle on the floor. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout called by the Stars. We'll take one with them back after this message. Welcome back to Haas Gymnasium. You know, we need to welcome back our regular director, Tom Butler, who is still on vacation for our last game. He took an extended Christmas vacation, went down to Florida.
Yeah, he had a little business down there and enjoyed himself a little bit. Nice to have Tom back.
Well, while he was enjoying himself, he could have taken me along for the ride. Lamont Bell gets it to go from the baseline.
Nice little floater by Lamont.
Comes out with some aggression.
Yeah, Coach, I don't like being on. Oh!
And Richardson on the alley-oop dunk back the other way. Maybe he's saying, I didn't like what Lamont did.
So.
Dre Smith to the hole, gets it to go. Has 11 points.
Nice pass.
Barons inside. Pearsall picks up his 6 point. Still limping on that ankle. Cross court. Trey Wilson into the lineup now for the Stars. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Pearsall. And he has such athleticism. Trey Wilson is anchoring the back line of that defense by the Stars. How's that for athleticism?
Yeah, he is.
You know, Wilson's only 5'10". Three-pointer that time.
For Richardson, he is lighting it up.
A little over a minute left to go in the half, 44-35, Stars trailing at home. Wilson looking. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Leading, steps out of bounds. Aaron Reed checks back into the lineup for the Stars along with, that looks like Joey Craig.
Yeah, it is.
55 seconds left to go in the half. Stars trailing by 9. Stars in a 2-3 zone defense. Richardson, 3, no good. Rebound by the Barons, gets it to go. Anton Harrison, and he's fouled. Looks like he's going to be fouled by Aaron Reed. That's his first, team second, rather team third.
Harrison to the line.
That will send Anton Harrison to the free throw line.
Yeah, we had cut this thing to
4,
and they kind of pushing it back up by
to 11. Lamont Bell inside, no good.
Too hard.
George looking to Richardson, 3, got it.
Basket by Richardson.
15 seconds left to go in the half. Like that, they're back up by 14.
Yeah, the Richardson catches the ball, he's ready to shoot.
That's why he's the leading scorer on this team.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me. Oh, nice putback.
Aaron Reed on the putback.
Yeah, nice move. Nice. That was a nice putback right at the buzzer. Give us maybe a little bit of
momentum
to talk about
yeah.
in the locker room.
49-37 is our first half score. Stars trailing at home. We'll be back with the halftime show after this short message. You are watching the Stars basketball from Hall's Gymnasium back after this.
I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. I got out and I still didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. And then I started looking at the machinist program here at West Kentucky. One of the things that I found that was at West Kentucky that wasn't at the other universities, they want to see you succeed and go on to be successful in your career. Coming back to college when you're 34, it's outside your comfort zone. But I was able to get in here and get comfortable and meet guys that are going through some of the same things that I'm going through.
One of the things that was valuable to me with the education I received with mechanical engineering is problem solving. I use problem solving every day, whether it be dealing with a personnel issue or whether it be dealing with something that's failed within the facility. Some of the reasons I came to WKCTC were, for one, the affordability, but then also the fact that there's fewer distractions here. My degree with WKCTC has been able to improve my life significantly because of all the extra resources that were available to me and a lot of the things I've been able to accomplish that I wouldn't have without this degree.
My name is Jessica Schmerda, and I go to West Kentucky. A year ago, I was in a dark place, and West Kentucky has really helped me to become a better person, being a single mother with 2 children. I realized that working in that dead-end job was not going to make it, so I'm doing this for my children, and with the faculty and staff here, they have helped me tremendously. Every day, I'm a new person. Every day, I'm able to grow better and stronger inside and out. Where I was last year is not who I am today.
After I retired, I needed a purpose. The main reason I came back to school was to be a role model for my son. West Kentucky, they literally guided me all the way.
Welcome back to Hall's Gymnasium on the campus of the West Kentucky Community and Technical College Stars. I'm Anthony Ridgway. Along with me with the halftime stats, Mr. Gary McLean. Got a lot more to say this half than you did the last half we saw you.
Definitely, yeah, most definitely. Wow.
Take it away, sir.
Well, I was real excited. We took our first lead at 31-30.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of a sudden, we kind of fell a little behind again, but they did it, and they do it again. So, all right, West Kentucky Tech. We have Dre Smith that had 10. We had Trey Wilson did not score. Alex Van Hook scored 5. Quan Jones scored 2. Avery Strayhorn scored 5. Joey Craig just got in the game at the end, did not score. Anthony Darch did not score. Lamont Bell had 5. Hayden Lee did not score the first half. Aaron Reed had 10, and we only had 3 fouls at half. We had 14 twos, we had 5 free throws, and we had 1 3 for a total of 37 points here at halftime. Also for Elizabethtown Community College, we had Johnson, he did not score. We had Damon Munford had 3 points. Gage Pearsall had 6. Anton Harrison had 4. Eric George had 11. We had Trey Richardson. He's high man on both sides tonight. He was popping threes from everywhere.
Yes.
Hitting the twos from every corner he could and everything else. He had 19. Isaiah Bullware had 6, and Jordan Holt did not play. They had 14 twos. They had no free throws. They had 7 three-pointers, and we've got a score here of 49-37 halftime, and they had 7 fouls. So foul situations, not bad. You know, they've got 1 player's in foul trouble with 3 fouls, but
Anton Harrison.
Yep, he's got 3 fouls, and actually they left him playing.
They did.
I was a little surprised at that.
Maybe the coach has figured that he knows enough about him and his game that he can play with those kind of fouls and be able to stay off the bench.
That would definitely have to be it.
Have to be something along that line to leave him in there. Yeah,
that's right. Usually, too, they get to sit down for
exactly.
a while.
So the coach must know something regarding
That's
that player,
right.
and he left him in the game.
That's right.
Thank you, Mr. McLean, and we'll see you at the post-game show with the game stats.
Sounds great.
To get us
See you
through
then.
the evening.
All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of the halftime show when we come back from this break. Our halftime score, the Barons 49, Stars 37. Back after this.
A new scholarship for nursing students at West Kentucky Community and Technical College is making a difference in the life of Olivia Pfizer, the first student to receive the Bailey N. Holt Tribute Scholarship.
To be the first recipient of this scholarship is such an honor for me, especially coming from Marshall County, and I just hope that Bailey is proud of me and will watch over me while I go through school, and I'll just keep her in my mind.
Paducah Uniform Headquarters owner Kimberly Davis established the $500 scholarship as a way to honor Bailey Holt, one of the students who died in the shooting at Marshall County High School in January 2018. Davis says when she found out that Bailey wanted to be a nurse, she knew she had to do something for the family.
We knew we had to help out, be a part of, do something to live out Bailey's passion.
She wanted to be a labor and delivery nurse. That was her dream. That was her heart. That was her being. She wanted to be a nurse. That's all she talked about.
Like Bailey, Olivia wants to be a labor and delivery nurse. The scholarship is helping Olivia work toward that dream.
We used the scholarship to help pay for my first semester of nursing school. It went towards my tuition. The scholarship was really a big blessing for me and my family.
The scholarship requires students to be enrolled in the WKCTC nursing program, earn a minimum 3.0 GPA, and possess the qualities of scholarship, leadership, and community service. Applicants also wrote an essay on why they wanted to become a nurse. When Kimberly received the essays, she made the choice not to read them.
I didn't want to sway the family. I wanted them to read the essays and choose who spoke to them.
The way she wrote her essay, it touched my husband and I both. My first impression of Olivia was she reminded me so much of Bailey. In so many ways. She loves her family, loves her friends, and has a true passion for nursing, and that was very important to us.
Whenever I got the call, I didn't even think about the money. I just can't believe that they picked me.
It's not about the money, it's about helping people. And, the hashtag Be Like Bailey, be kind, help others, be true to yourself, and follow your dreams. And I think that's what Olivia is going to do.
Secret and Olivia meeting for the first time. The smiles on their faces reflect how the scholarship has built a lifelong connection between them.
We all want to get the most for our money, and no other investment yields as great a return as the investment in education. A recent study shows that West Kentucky Community and Technical College adds value to our region through what it's spending, jobs it provides, and added income made by its graduates. Investing in WKCTC has proven results. Let's do the math. For every $1 a student invests in their WKCTC education, they'll receive nearly $7 in higher future earnings than those without a degree. Higher education is positively associated with lifestyle changes that lead to taxpayer savings and societal benefits in better health, less unemployment, and reduced crime. So total benefits to state taxpayers is over $63 million. This means for every tax dollar spent supporting students attending WKCTC, taxpayers will receive nearly $5.50 in return over the course of the student's working life. In fiscal year 2015-2016, WKCTC employed 549 faculty and staff with a payroll of $21 million. The college also spent another $14.5 million on goods and services. This generated over $24 million in added income to our region, or the equivalent of supporting 578 jobs. During the same year, WKCTC alumni and students generated over $117 million in added income to the community. Together, the local impact of having a strong community college in our region was over $141 million in added income, which means more trained workers, more jobs, and a stronger economy. Do the math. WKCTC is good for the region and good for the state.
Welcome back to the halftime show at Hall's Gymnasium on the campus of WKCTC. I'm Anthony Ridgway. He's Richard Abraham. Abe, we have a little bit more to discuss than we have the last few games that we have at halftime.
Yeah, this last game, it was pretty much over.
At the half.
It was, I think they had us at one point 28-0. It
was
pretty bad. But this game, Coach talked about earlier that whenever we get together with these guys, it's a pretty good game. Somebody, I think maybe the coach talked to the guys about taking the ball to the rack, and they've done that. They've missed early on. They had a few misses right at the bucket, but now they're starting to get those rolls. I think he shook up the lineup because after looking at the film, and the big eye in the sky don't lie.
Nope.
Saw some guys standing around. And, that definitely didn't help that last time out. So he shook the lineup a little bit, maybe motivated some guys that started last week that didn't start today. They come in off the bench a little bit more lively, and so you got to do that, though. I mean, this is time of year where you need production. Guys need to play to their potential, and that's all. That's all any coach can ask. Son, play to your potential. If you're not a scorer and you're a rebounder, then rebound.
You have to do what you do best.
Exactly.
It looks like he's gotten their attention for sure. The effort has been there. They have certainly taken the ball to the rim, and the aggression on the press is there as well. So he has gotten their attention. I don't know to what degree, but they are putting points on the board, and they seem to be responding to what he's saying.
Yeah. Now on the floor, one of the things that I'm noticing, that entry pass, the guys that's receiving that ball, you got to catch that ball clean, because whatever advantage that you have, if you don't catch the ball clean, if you mishandle that entry pass, you've lost any type of advantage that what you were going to do. Now you got to rescoop, you got to regroup. The defense adjusts to your bobbling the ball. You have to kick it back out. Well, when you kick it back out, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So look for the guys to catch the ball clean, be strong with it, go up to the hoop and see if we can cut those type of turnovers. Because a lot of our turnovers has come from that entry pass being bobbled by the receiver of it.
Now, the Barons have turned the ball over 6 times in the first half, which is actually quite a bit less than I thought they would.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I don't know how many turnovers we had. But 2. Well, that's even better. So we've corrected that. We don't have that many turnovers. So that entry pass, it just throws your rhythm off when you bobble that.
We have under a minute to go before the start of the second half. We're going to take our last break into the halftime show. 49-37 is our score. Stars trailing at home. We'll be back with the start of the second half when we come back from this break.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
Welcome back to Hall's Gymnasium. We're at halftime. 49-37 is our score. Elizabethtown Community College on top of the West Kentucky Community College Technical Stars. And we're just about to get the second half underway. Ironically enough, you pulled out some information, some pictures of you in your heyday. Was it Carly Simon, You're So Vain?
Yeah, well, you gotta keep those pictures around to remind yourself.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I didn't always. It wasn't always a 2-step process to get up out of a chair. You know, I mean, you used to just be able to just lean forward and get up. So,
no.
Yeah, I'm looking for anchors, man. I'm looking for stable furniture.
And I said, to myself, if I had known when I was younger what I was going to feel like when I got older after playing ball that I would not have played, I lied.
No, you'd have played.
I would have played anyway.
You'd have played.
Second half underway. Stars puts it in play.
Nice one.
Deep 3 up by Jaquan Jones to start the second half.
You like that coming out of the locker room.
Both teams will start the second half like they did the first. Bulware, Richardson, George, Pearsall, Harrison for the Barons. Jaquan Jones, Dre Smith, Hayden Lee, Avery Strayhorn, and Aaron Reed for the Stars.
Yeah, Barons came down, turned it over, so the Stars gets a chance to cut into that lead a little further.
They've cut it to 9 thus far. Dre Smith, they were looking inside, triple teamed him. And deep 3 by Aaron Reed. He has 13 points. That cuts the lead to 6. Shot up into the paint that time. George. He has 13 points into the contest. Trey Richardson for the first half, Abe had 19 points.
Wow. Yeah, he reminded me of famous Jones.
Boy, he could fill it up, couldn't he?
He could.
Errant pass sails out of bounds. Going to be off the Barons, and it'll go to the Stars. As you see the three-pointer that time.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Sails in by Aaron Reed.
Yeah, that's offense.
And we're going to have a foul called in the middle of the floor, and it'll go against the Barons.
Yeah, number 24, Bulwark, came up and just kind of extended that elbow to knock our guy to the ground, and the referee was right on top of that. Bulwer's a strong individual.
He is big. Strayhorn from 15 got it to go.
Yeah,
excuse me. He now has 7 points. Bulwer. And shot up that time by George, who now has 15. Jones looking. Gives way to Anthony Darge. Richardson got a hand on it. Strayhorn gets it back, goes to the lane, lays it up and good.
Nice.
Switched hands on the reverse.
Yeah, he's got a little George Gervin in him. A
little Iceman.
Yeah, he likes the finger roll.
Could anybody finger roll better than the Iceman?
No, he wasn't your most muscular guy, and that kind of describes Avery's body type also. But he's really smooth, like water.
Damon Munford checks into the lineup for the Barons as Pearsall goes to the bench. And shot up that time. George gets the basket to go.
Yeah, Richardson in the first half, George so far in the second half.
They just switched roles. Dre Smith, 3, good.
Nice.
His second 3 of the game.
Both teams shooting a lot better.
And we're going to have a foul called against Jaquan Jones.
Got Jones this time. They got a little battle going on out front between him and Bulwer.
That's his second foul, team second. They have it for his first. I have it for his second. Barons pass inside,
nice
to
inside
Anton Harrison, and he gets it to go off the backboard. Reed looking. Gives way to Jones. 2-3 zone now defense for the Barons. Inside shot up no good by Reed. And gets his rebound, gives way to Darge, and he gets it to go for his first points of the game.
Yeah, coach is a little upset from E-Town. Thought our guy came over his guy's back.
Well, I think he's right.
Yeah.
Jump stop, inside, shot up, no good, batted out of bounds. It's going to go off Anthony Darge, and Elizabethtown will maintain possession. And he's right.
Yeah.
Aaron Reed was on his back. (58-52), Stars trailing by 6 at home. Barons throw it away on the inbound pass. And Isaiah Bulwer had the right idea. He just put too much mustard on it in the backcourt.
Yeah, no doubt. We need to make them pay right here with a 2 or 3 would be nice.
Pearsall still bothered by that ankle that he turned in the first half. He's on the bench. He's trying to stretch it out.
Yeah, hasn't been the same since he turned.
No, he hasn't.
Whoa.
Reed almost has it stripped away. Darge gives way to Dre Smith.
The back.
Back inside. Reed gets it to go.
Nice interior passing right there.
Aaron Reed with 15 points. Trey Richardson to the and they're going to call a block. One call to charge, one call to block.
What are we doing? We're going to talk about it. Who's got the convincing argument?
Well, it's the lead official's call under the basket.
Well, let's see what he's saying. Is he going to go? What's he going to call?
He's going to go to the scores table.
He's going to look at
and
it.
if we can see around Coach T.
They should come over here and look at it. Fellas, we got it. You can come
we
over,
have the monitor right here.
You can come over here and look at it. And we got the replay.
Now, that's a prime example of one official not watching his area.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's a bang-bang play. I get that.
You still have to watch your area. That paint down below is for the lead official. The floor is broken down into thirds.
You're right.
The two trail officials have their third on the outside. The lead official has the paint. That trail official on my side was watching the paint. That's why he made the opposite call of the lead official. That's why one has a block, the other one has a charge.
Well, if you're going to, then this guy right here should have made the
It's
call.
his call. That's right.
Right.
The lead official under the basket. That ball was in the paint. That was his call. The trail official did what we call he got caught peeking. And he knows it. He has that sheepish grin on his face. He knows he got caught peeking. So we don't know what the official call was.
Yeah, we do.
A double foul. A blarge, a block and a charge. I've never heard of that.
5 seconds. That cleaned it up.
Yeah.
That cleaned it up right there.
Even the officials laughing.
That's funny. That's funny.
He heard you.
Well, what was it, a block or a charge?
A blarge.
Yes, it was a barge.
A block and a charge.
Yeah, it was 5 seconds out of bounds. It don't matter anyway.
In my 25 years of refereeing, I've never heard anybody say that before.
Ball. There you go.
And it's on the floor, going to be a jump ball called, and who's it going to go to? Pardon my grammar. And Darge is a little slow getting off the floor. A
Good
blarge.
hustle.
I've never heard of that. A block and a charge. There is a first time for everything.
It is. My grandmama said, keep living. You see it.
But the official, I don't even think he believed it. He looked at us and laughed while he was saying it.
I know.
Three-pointer.
Hey, he can heat up.
Aaron Reed.
Reed can heat up. 1 point game. Oh, there you go.
Dre Smith, here comes a dunk.
Nice.
He laid it up. He laid it up.
Nice. We got a 1 point lead.
And the Stars are on top for the first time in the game, 59-58. And I believe they got away with a travel that time. Inside, Aaron Reed comes up with the steal. On the move, gives way to Dre Smith, lays it up, good.
There you go. Now we go. That's
Coach Teague wants a timeout to talk about it. 15:05 left to go in the half. The Stars are on top now by 3, 61-58. We'll be back after this commercial break. You are watching West Kentucky Stars basketball on the Stars TV network.
After I retired, I needed a purpose. The main reason I came back to school was to be a role model for my son. West Kentucky, they literally guided me all the way.
Welcome back to Haas Gymnasium. I'm Anthony Ridgway. He's Richard Abraham. And the WKCTC Stars have turned it around here somewhat in the second half.
Yeah, they have. And it started, they came out of the locker room with some very good shooting. Haven't turned the ball over that much. They've turned E-Town over. And that momentum, man, is something to it. Let's see if we can build on this lead right here.
61-58. WKCTC Stars on top. Alley-oop on the other end. Trey Richardson.
How many alley-oops has this kid had today?
3.
Goodness gracious.
And he has 21 points. Strayhorn. Barons have gone back to that man-to-man. Or have they? Deep 3. Dark rebound. Gives way to Strayhorn. He lays it up in it for 2.
Yeah, now we're passing the ball, man. Some great interior passing.
Strayhorn now with 11 points. Richardson, pump fake, drives to the basket. Shot up, blocked by Darge. And here come the Stars. Jones gives way to Reed. He's tripped on the way to the basket.
This man.
Back up, and Strayhorn gets the putback for the Stars. They're up by 3. As we see, Antonio Garrison checks back into the lineup for the Barons as Anton Harrison makes his way to the bench for Elizabethtown.
Harrison leads the game with 2, 4, 6.
He has 4 fouls now, too.
Yeah, 8 points.
You have him for 8?
I have him for 8. What do you got?
I had 6. I might have missed 2. And on the inbounds play, Stars throw it away.
Steal it back.
And Jones steals it back. Goes to the floor, and he calls a timeout. Does he get the time called? He does.
I think he does. I really think if he'd have looked just 1 second more, he had a guy open right next to him to save that timeout. But it's better than a turnover.
63-60. We'll keep it right here during the timeout. I don't think he looked up and saw him.
No, he didn't. He didn't. And again, it's better than a turnover. You want to you want to hang on to those timeouts. In a game like this,
you're probably going to need them down the stretch.
It's going to come down to it. I was talking to some of the guys at the at the announcers table, and they were talking about last year during this game, and it apparently. It was a hootenanny because it was kind of physical game. A couple of technicals were called, and late in the game, E-Town just packed up and left.
Just said, "We'll see you later."
Holla, I'm out. I mean, pulled a Harriet Tubman on him.
Like trash on Thursday, I'm out.
We out. It was crazy.
Up the Parkway, they had business.
Man.
Say they just up and just left.
They packed up and left.
In the middle of the game.
I never even heard anything
I've
like that.
I've never seen or heard anything like that in all my years of sportscasting. Say they just loaded up the bus and just.
Yeah. Heck, if you're going to leave, let me hold the door for you. Goodness gracious, man.
Got your hat, get your coat.
All right, here we go.
Strayhorn. I've never heard of anything like that, Abe.
Ooh. Got a little push right there.
Foul called against Elizabethtown. Going to go against Antonio Garrison. That's his first, team 4th. Now, Elizabethtown has kind of changed their approach towards the game now that they're trailing. They're not nearly as aggressive as they have been.
Yeah, we are aggressive, though. Look at that.
Trey Smith.
And he stepped on the paint. See, now those are the type of mental error, unforced turnovers, man, that drives a coach crazy. Unforced means that the Stars had nothing to do with that young man stepping over the line.
Trey Smith has 20 points in the game. Strayhorn inside, has his shot blocked, but it's going to be a foul called against Trey Richardson. That's going to be his second.
Yeah, and these guys from E-Town are starting to talk, after the calls, being a little bit frustrated.
That's because they found themselves in a game now.
Yeah, I like to see Strayhorn get a little bit stronger upper body on those. He'll start to convert those into traditional three-point plays, old-fashioned three-point plays, if you will.
As he missed the first one, he could also stand to improve his free throw shooting.
Okay, all right.
Second one's good.
And that's just getting in the gym and letting them go and just shooting them.
Right. Because of the time, constraints they have now, coaches really can't put a lot of demand on the free throw shooting.
That's true.
You have to take it upon yourself either before or after practice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice move.
Shot up, no good. Rebound Richardson. Puts back, no good. Strayhorn gets the rebound for WKCTC. 3, no good. Rebound Garrison. Stars pick up full court. Bulware being picked up by Avery Strayhorn. Stars remain in that man-to-man defense. Double team.
Got to watch Richardson over here on the backside.
And we're going to have a block called against Jaquan Jones. That'll be his third foul.
Yeah, you got to move your feet. That lateral movement, and that's something else that you just have to work on your own to get better at.
12:55 left to go in the game. Stars up by 6 after trailing by as much as 14. Shot clock expires. Coach Teague is saying they never reset the shot clock. They shouldn't have, because the ball never touched the rim.
That's true.
The shot clock should not have been reset. The officials are going to talk about it under the basket.
Let's see if he's getting any help from the.
Well, you didn't hear me mention about resetting the shot clock because it should not have been reset. The ball never touched the rim.
We got a little something going on right here between Avery and
Pearsall and Avery Strayhorn. And now Avery's talking to the bench. He needs to stay on the floor and stay in the game.
Yeah, that doesn't really help anything, man.
He did that a lot during high school at Tillman.
Yeah, it's not. Neither one of these guys are blowing it up. So I mean, just play ball. We're up 6.
You don't have to say anything. All you have to do is keep playing and point to the scoreboard.
That's it. See, you never know these days, Rich. These guys.
It's a new breed of kid.
They got Twitter. They got they may have
Instagram.
They may have been tweeting some stuff before the game last week. You never know.
Talking trash to each other.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to do this, and no, you're not, and I'm going to dunk on you, and no, I'm going to dunk on you, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that.
I'm gonna be playing so well, your girlfriend going to be cheering for me.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, come on, man. All kind of stuff.
And there was no shot clock violation, like I said. The ball will go to the Stars, and we're back to live action here. And I think social media has been a detriment to sports all the way around, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, it has its pros and cons, man, and everything is so instant right now.
Yes.
Kids at Tillman said, Mr. Abraham, you telling me you guys didn't get buck wild when you were? I said, yeah, but there's no record of it.
Nobody knew it, no. Yeah, we did stuff, but you don't have access to it as quickly as you do now.
It's not archived. You can't go back to 76 and pull up anything.
It wasn't fair.
It's gone.
The foul was against Antonio Garrison. That's his second.
Look at that.
And Strayhorn gets it to go for the Stars. Now, if he would just do that and forget about all that other stuff, he'd be all right. Shot goes to the basket, block, rebound, back up, block. Strayhorn ties him up. Ball's on the floor, and it'll go to the Stars.
That's it. Great hustle.
Gage Pearsall lost it out of bounds after he wrestled with Strayhorn, and the Stars got it. I didn't mean to cut you off, Abe.
Oh, no, that's just a great example of team hustle. That was not only Strayhorn, but a couple of other guys was in on that action, and it turned out great for us.
He did. He sure did. He turned it over. Remember, I told you, when you see a pause in that dribble and you can see those lines and you restart, that's a double dribble.
Yeah.
Right there. Right there. And the official caught it. Plus, if you're going to do that, it's best not to do it 2 or 3 feet in front of the official.
I know.
Shot up altered that time by Dre Smith. And Strayhorn comes up with the loose ball. Back to Smith, and they throw it away in the back. No, they got it back. Smith. Jones pump fakes. Looks inside. Strayhorn puts it up. No good. You got to finish that.
Finish that.
Trey Richardson with the rebound for the Barons. He traveled.
Man, I tell you what, this is like a tale of two halves.
2 halves, yes.
E-Town is playing terrible. They're not focused at all as much as they were in the first half.
Demetri Johnson checks back into the lineup for the Barons as Pearsall goes back to the bench. Dre Smith looking inside, tied up. We have a whistle blown. And I think it's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Whoa. That's just good defense right there.
Johnson on the move. Splits 2 defenders, goes to the basket. No good. Going to be fouled by Anthony Darge. I thought it was a clean block. Aaron Reed talking to the officials.
This game, these referees need to keep a real good eye on this thing because
they need to reel this thing in.
Yeah, because it's a couple of plays away from
being an onslaught,
boiling over.
Yes, having a situation.
You can feel that tension.
Yes, I can feel it too. You're right. Players are talking to each other. The coaches are talking to the officials. Players are talking to the officials. Get control of this game. Reed to the basket, lays it up, good, and he gets the foul called as the basket goes. And what sportsmanship that time by George Pearsall as he got the foul and helped Reed up off the floor.
Yeah, that kind of lets the pressure off a little bit. It's nice to see that.
Well, the Coach T is now talking to the official.
But when you see the finish on that, man, and it's amazing how many times guys be up really high and come down on one leg. So you have to work on that in the offseason.
Reed missed the free throw. Pearsall got the rebound. Pardon me. Richardson, 3. No good. Rebound, Pearsall back up, has it blocked by Anthony Darge, and here comes Reed. Dre Smith, 3. No good. It sails off the top of the backboard.
Wow, that was a great sequence right there.
Alex Van Hook checks back into the lineup for the Stars as Avery Strayhorn goes to the bench, and Coach Chumber is going to give him a talking to.
Yeah, Coach sees something that's going to help that young man out.
Avery is a much better ball player if he would just play ball.
Yeah, needs to get a little bit stronger.
And we're going to have a foul call, and it's going to go against Elizabethtown. But I can't make out the numbers because the official is. That'll be against Isaiah Bullware. That's his second foul. 8 fouls called against the Barons in the second half, 5 against the Stars. Stars up by 9 with 10:37 left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, definitely a different vibe coming from E-Town during the second half. Not quite as sharp, kind of mouthy a little bit.
I think it's because they're trailing and things aren't going their way.
Yeah.
And they might not be used to that.
Yeah, they haven't shot as well the second half as they did the first half.
I think that's because of the adjustments that were made during halftime.
Yeah, Richardson, he's gotten a couple of points here, an alley-oop, but
he only has 2 baskets in the second half.
Yeah, he was on fire the first half.
Pass inside to Smith. Darge traveled, got away with it. Reed inside, shot up, no good. Rebound, Richardson.
I love it. Uh-oh.
Aaron Reed, a little dramatic. That's his 3rd foul, and he was guilty. Right there.
He traveled.
Right there.
He traveled, got away with it.
I don't know how Aaron thought he didn't foul on that play because he did.
Yeah.
You could clearly see it on the replay. The officials are going to tighten this game up now.
And again, right here, you're going to turn your body half. You can't do that. You got to get in front of the guy, square up, and then get the charge.
And you have to be able to take the charge or get ready to move your feet.
I don't know what Trey's talking about.
He was guilty of the foul. I don't know why he's talking to the official. That's his 3rd foul, team 7. That'll send Richardson to the free throw line.
Well, maybe he's asking about the barge. Maybe he's trying to get some clarity on that.
Richardson's free throw is no good, and he picks up a foul. That'll be his 4th.
He's going to pick up a technical if he's not careful.
Then that'll be his 5th.
Look, he wants to come out.
Yeah, he's gotten a little attitude.
Got a little timeout.
Yeah. I think they need a timeout. We'll take one with them. 70-61 is our score. Stars on top. Back after this.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at workreadykentucky.com.
One of the things that was valuable to me with the education I received with mechanical engineering is problem solving. I use problem solving every day, whether it be dealing with a personnel issue or whether it be dealing with something that's failed within the facility. Some of the reasons I came to WKCTC were, for one, the affordability, but then also the fact that there's fewer distractions here. My degree with WKCTC has been able to improve my life significantly because of all the extra resources that were available to me and a lot of the things I've been able to accomplish that I wouldn't have without this degree.
You know, sports have really changed from the time when we played and to where it is now. You know, these kids, they say and do any and everything on the floor. Really wasn't allowed when we played. When we played football in high school, Coach Haley, and he would tell you, you get caught saying something to that official, and Coach Cox and I will deal with you.
Yeah. and I think a lot of it is not so much maybe the sport, the athlete. The athlete is a little bit more sensitive than – because they can't take a butt chewing, man. I mean, you take everything personal. Coach chews you out. Coach don't like me. Well, usually –
if he doesn't chew you out, that's a problem. You know, Coach Haley told me once out of his mouth, he said, Anthony, there comes a time when I'm not saying anything to you, you have a problem.
If I'm not coaching you
up, you have a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm not coaching you, you have a problem. He said, I want to look into those big brown eyes, and I want you to listen to what I'm saying. And you know what I said?
What did you say?
Yes, sir, Coach.
Yes, sir, Coach. That's it. That's it. Nice one.
Reed gets both free throws to go.
Got a little pressure on the ball.
Stars up now by 11. Halfway through the second half. 10 minutes to go in the game.
Can't give up baseline, man.
Richardson forces it up inside and gets it back after it's bounced around.
He's a player now.
Looking inside.
Yeah,
ball sails into the stands.
Yeah, that's what you talk about. When you got arms extended, tip balls, that's what you want. It breaks up whatever flow they got going on the offensive end to reset that thing out front.
Shot clock now at 12. Hadn't had to say that much this game.
No.
Now down to 5. Shot up. No good. Richardson comes flying in. No good. Rebound. Darge.
Well, his head was on the rim.
It was. Here comes Smith. To the basket.
Look at
Gets it to go.
Look at that. That's the way you take it to a shot blocker.
Aggression.
You take it right to him. Nice turnover.
Van Hook with the steal. Goes to the basket. Going to be fouled. I don't like that word aggressiveness. I do like the word aggression, and the Stars are playing with much aggression.
Yeah, they are. They are. And they're figuring that out.
Yes.
They're figuring it out. They're looking at this team. It's like, guys, let's take it to the ball. Let's take it to the hole. If we miss it, we get fouled. We'll go to the free throw line. Shoot 80% from the free throw line, you're going to be okay.
And if worst comes to worst, they're piling up the fouls. They have 10 second-half fouls called.
Now you force them to go deep into the bench.
Yes.
And typically, when you start substituting, there is some drop-off. There is some drop-off. And let's see what number 20 does. You got Bulwark sitting down. Number 1 sitting down. Number 5 sitting down. So let's see what it is, right? 74-61. Let's see how aggressive these guys are from E-Town with this lineup in.
Height checks back into the lineup along with Johnson. Richardson goes to the bench.
We need to make a push right here. We need to open this thing up right here.
Now, they have a player on the floor that's not in the roster that has number 3. That's usually what we call a technical foul. Now, Richardson goes to the bench. He comes back in, but he never goes to the scores table.
And the coach says you can't. The referee says you can't leave. You can't leave the floor
until after the first free throw.
Right.
Height is back into the lineup, and the official is trying to explain to Richardson why he cannot leave the game. By now, I'm up off the bench saying it doesn't matter when you cannot leave the game. You'll come out when the referee says you can.
Yeah, my guys are like, can I shoot the ball?
No.
Can I?
No, you may not. Johnson into the lineup.
Whoa.
Height back into the lineup. Height to the basket. No good. Rebound, Stars. Johnson also back into the lineup for the Barons.
Yeah, got him on the trail. Got the guy on the trail with the reach in.
Foul on Johnson, his third.
And it's going to be against Demetrius Johnson. That's his third, team 11. Stars are in the double bonus for the rest of the game. (75-61) Stars up by 14 now. Elizabethtown really starting to be mouthy with each other.
Yeah.
Richardson is even mouthy now to his coach. First free throw is up, and it's good. And the second one is good. Chris Height facing that full court pressure. Gives way to Johnson. Has his shot blocked by Darge. Gives way now to Jones. Jones to the basket all the way. Shot up, no good. Tripped on the way to the basket. Going to be a foul called against Damon Munford. That's going to be his third, team 12, as Jones gets off the floor.
Yeah, they have really taken over the second half. The Stars has. I mean, it's kind of amazing because the first half, E-Town was doing pretty much what they wanted to do.
Coach made those halftime adjustments.
I mean, you had Richardson and George together. I mean, just lights out.
Richardson had 19 first half points. Eric George had 11. And that counted for about 3/4 of their offense in the first half.
Harrison had a few, but
he only had 4 points.
Yeah.
First free throw is up for Jones, and it's good.
And this is where you if you shoot 80% from the line as a team in a game like this, you just put them on. You just add them up.
Jones is now 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Johnson gives way to Richardson. Richardson.
Yeah.
Gives way, deep three, no good.
Good block
Darge
out.
Rebound.
Nice block out.
Now to Aaron Reed. Inside, shot up good by Van Hook.
Oh, now we're up 20. That is crazy.
Height gives way to Richardson. Inside, back out to Richardson. To the basket, double pump, gets it to go, and a foul called against Anthony Darge.
Yeah. I think Richardson realizes he's probably the most athletic guy on the floor. And that's true. He just needs to keep his emotions together and complete that package.
Anthony Darge now with his second foul. Team 8th. Richardson to the free throw line, gets the three-point the old-fashioned way with the free throw. He now has 24 points. Dre gives way to Darge. Pump fake inside,
Nice.
gets it to go.
He could have took the three after he faked out Richardson. He took a couple of bounces, kicked it to his teammate for an easier shot. Nice passing.
Three. No good. Smith comes out of there with it. Has the numbers, 3-on-2. To the basket, gets it to go.
I tell you what, man, when he's motoring, he's a blur.
85-64. Up by 21, 7:09 left to go in the game. Stars on top. And the Barons have it sail out of bounds, and it's going to be the Stars' ball.
Yeah, they can't do anything right now.
Pearsall Harrison. George.
Yeah, they're getting their starters back in. And
Boulware all checked back into the lineup for the Barons.
And then you look at now we're up 19. When those guys left, it was the Stars increased their lead. With the
when those guys went out, we were up by 8.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a charge called
that was
against Van Hook, and it was a true charge.
Goodness gracious.
Man.
That was a bass drum right there. Goodness gracious.
A bass drum.
I see the concession stand is fully staffed now. There's your.
Brought my own hot dogs.
That's funny. Reminds me of the story.
Just wish I could have done it the way I wanted to do it.
Tell you a little bit later.
Bring your own hot dogs.
Yeah. Look at Bullware, man. He's working it.
Bullware. Deep three. No good. Richardson has it knocked away. Back inside, and the foul is going to go against Aaron Reed. He doesn't believe it, but he did foul it.
Yeah. This is a funny, this is a kind of weird part of the game. You got 6:33 left. We're up. It looks comfortable, but with that three-pointer, and you got Richardson on the floor, you got George on the floor.
You can never be comfortable.
Yeah. A couple of empty trips, and you can find yourself back in a dogfight here.
George now with 18 points. Second free throw is up. It's good. .6:29 left to go in the game. 85-66, Stars on top. Reed to the basket. Shot up, gets it to go.
Nice. Avoided the charge.
He now has 22 points. Barons.
A lot of dribbling.
Stars are packing it down low in the paint. Richardson, as the shot clock expires, no good.
Nice
Stars with the rebound.
Nice defense.
Jones pulls up for three. Got it.
Stops and ties his shoes.
Second three-pointer of the game for Jones. Stars trying to go to 5 and 8. The Barons would fall to 1 and 5.
Nice strip.
Stripped on the way to the basket, and here comes Jaquan Jones. Three, no good. Rebound, Barons. And here comes Boulware. Gives way to Richardson, dunk, and he missed it. Ball's on the floor. And we're going to have a timeout call by Elizabethtown with 4:45 left to go in the game. 89-66 is our score. We'll step aside. We'll be back after this short commercial break.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship offers 100% free tuition at West Kentucky Community and Technical College for courses that can prepare you for a great job in as little as 13 weeks. Get started at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Yeah, man. Is that the doctor? He's never angry.
89-66, Stars on top. Yes, the discussion during the commercial break was about basketball.
Yeah, we're talking about that missed dunk by
Trey Richardson.
And Anthony was saying that he's a little bit further away than maybe he should have been. I said thought he had a little Dr. J in him, and we just were counting some of the moves that the doctor operated through.
Plus that move that he put on Danny Ainge when he beat him up for talking about his mama.
Oh, that'll do it. Don't talk about mama, especially in the 70s. These kids today, they'll talk, man.
He talked about, Danny Ainge talked about Dr. J's mother, and he got beat up.
That'll do it.
Got beat up pretty badly, too.
That will do it.
Richardson, turnaround jumper, are you serious?
Wow. And Trey goes down and holds his hands up like, Coach, what do you want me to do
There's
with
nothing
that?
you can do.
That was not a good shot.
26 points now for Richardson.
Euro move. Gets it back.
Gets it back. No good. Gets it back again. Kicks it out to Smith. 3. No good. Air ball.
Wow.
Richardson and Harrison come away with it. Here comes Bullware. Fake. Pearsall gets it to go. 8 points for Pearsall. Didn't do anything since that turned ankle. He's still favoring that leg, too. Van Hook. Smith to the basket. Drives. Can't get it to go. And here comes Bullware. Pulls up.
Whoa.
Inside. Shot up. No good by Harrison. Going to be called for being fouled.
Yeah, this clock is now look for Elizabethtown to start launching some threes with 3:47 left.
Van Hook picks up the foul. That's his second. That will send Anton Harrison to the free throw line for 2. First free throw is up. It's good. Anton Harrison, 9 points into the ball game. Missed the second one. Rebound Van Hook. Here comes Jones. Hadn't seen Lamont Bell the second half.
No.
Barron's back into that matchup zone.
Nice little mid-range jumper right there.
Aaron Reed continues to fill it up. He has 26 points. Rebound Jones. Inside Smith, loses it, brings it back out top, gives way to Reed. Looking inside to Darge. Gives away and shot up by Jones, no good. Gets its own rebound, no good.
And fights it, love that.
Comes back with it himself, Dre Smith. Looking inside to Reed, off the board, good.
Nice interior passing. Think they're starting to get it.
28 points now for Reed. 2:44 left to go in the game. Long three, no good. Rebound. Barons, no good. Rebound. Here comes Van Hook. Looking down
Look
for
at that.
Smith. Got the layup.
How many of those have he had tonight?
A bunch.
Got to be in great shape.
Up by 24 now.
That is amazing. The
Yes.
second half turnaround.
Richardson, turnaround, no good. Here comes Reed. Gives way to Smith. Smith looking. And here comes Lamont Bell set to check in the game for the Stars. Shot clock down to 10. Three-pointer, are you kidding me, by Van Hook.
That's crazy, man. They made some adjustments. Were we down at halftime?
Yes.
Crazy.
And here comes Jones on the steal. To the basket, lays it up,
Nice.
got it to go.
Yeah, these
Nobody
guys-
stopped the
these
ball.
guys- Yeah, these guys are pretty much quick.
134 left to go in the game, 171. Stars are on top. We'll be back to close it out after this.
Wow. Wow.
After I retired, I needed a purpose. The main reason I came back to school was to be a role model for my son. West Kentucky, they literally guided me all the way.
Some of the Barons players are not very happy with each other on the sideline, especially Trey Richardson with his 26 points, and he's letting his teammates know about it.
Yeah, you can't point fingers though. You just play ball, coach your other players up.
We win together, Abe. We lose together.
That's it.
1:25 left to go in the game. Stars on top, 100-71. Three-pointer, Barons no good. Rebound comes out of there to Johnson. He loses it out of bounds, but he's going to be fouled on the play.
Yeah, in the newspaper, it won't say Richardson lost the game.
It'll say the Barons lost the game.
That's it. So,
Jed Miskowski checks into the lineup now for the Stars. Avery Strayhorn back into the lineup. Also in is Trey Wilson.
who's the leading points for us?
Aaron Reed with 26 points.
What's Trey got? He's got to be right there.
Trey Richardson for them?
For us. Number one.
Oh, you mean Dre?
Dre, I'm sorry.
The second free throw was good. I'd have to take the time to count it.
That's okay. That's all right.
Wilson to the basket. Are you serious?
Yeah,
gets it to go.
There you go. He's been a little quiet last couple of games. Hasn't got a lot of playing time, but you know you can't. This guy's got heart.
Dre Smith has 26 points also.
That's a hell of a 1-2 punch right there.
Yes, it is. The foul is on Chris Height. That's his first. Team 13th. Wilson to the free throw line, misses it. Rebound by Jed Miskowski, and he gets the put back, and he's in the books by scoring.
Yeah, these guys pretty much quit.
Under a minute left to go in the game. 104-73. Stars on top of the Barons. Turnover. Strayhorn comes up with it, but we're going to have a whistle called. The whistle blown, rather. As you see, the second free throw missed by Wilson. And the rebound put back up by Miskowski. The foul is going to go against Jed Miskowski. That's his second. And that'll send Demetri Johnson to the free throw line. He gets his third point of the game. 51 seconds left to go in the contest. 104-74. Stars on top of the Barons. As Johnson gets his second free throw to go, he has 4 points into the ball game. We'll apologize for the language that you just heard come across our headset.
It wasn't us.
No.
It wasn't me.
No. We don't drop F-bombs.
We don't do that.
We do apologize for what you just heard. Trey Wilson picks up the foul. That's his first. At the free throw line, Chris Height gets his first basket of the game, the lefty. I'm left-handed.
I'm left-handed. And Tom just went over and got 2 left-handed hot dogs.
Second free throw by Height is good. He has 2 points.
Didn't see any Abe Lincolns coming out of his pocket, just saying.
Wonder what was said.
Oh, no.
Wilson to the free throw line, goes up, has his shot blocked, but he's going to be fouled.
Yeah, these 35 seconds need to go on and tick off because, again, you want things to end copacetic.
As he goes to the basket, fouled. Munford picks up the foul. That'll send Wilson to the free throw line. Richardson's looking somewhat dejected. He has no reason to be. He's had a heck of a ball game over on the bench.
Yeah, and I don't know what year he is. If some of these guys remember, last year, what we were talking about last year, and wanting to come back in here and really put on a show and get some revenge.
Well, they did for the first half.
The first half, yeah, it looked like they were rolling, but guys made some adjustments at halftime. They came, the Stars came out at halftime, shot the ball a lot better.
They did a 180.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Be interesting when you're talking to Coach. I don't know what he said in there, but it worked.
Foul is on Lamont Bell. That's his first. Free throw is up, no good. 32 seconds left to go in the game. 106-77 is our score. WKCTC on top of Elizabethtown Community and Technical College. Second free throw up, no good. Rebound, Chris Height chases down the loose ball. Goes to the basket, shot up no good by Garrison. Strayhorn with the rebound. 12 seconds left to go. And I think Avery's just going to hold the ball.
Might as well.
As the clock runs out, 106-77 is our final score. West Kentucky Community and Technical College on top of Elizabethtown Community and Technical College. We'll be back to wrap it up with the postgame show when we come back from this break. You are watching Stars basketball from Hall's Gymnasium.
Look beyond today's reality and imagine tomorrow's future. A better life for you starts at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Whether you're a first-time college student or looking to pick up where you left off, you can chart your own course to success with our small class sizes, dedicated faculty, and flexible course offerings. At West Kentucky, it's all about you. Learn more at westkentucky.kctcs.edu.
Welcome back to the post-game show. Stars win one big here at home tonight. With me is Coach Mike Chumler. And, Coach, the tale of two halves. It was like a 180 from the first half to the second half.
It really was. I think Anthony Darge made a huge difference. He played such good defense. And that's not to say those other guys didn't. But when you got him lurking around back there, blocking shots, and he goes and gets rebounds that, just Anthony can go get. And I thought his hands were exceptional tonight. We've had trouble with him bobbling the ball out a few times, but, he got his hands on it tonight, and it was his. And I got to talk about my sophomores because, even though they didn't start, man, you talking about great attitudes and cheering those other guys on. They responded how I would want them to respond. And, we've got 2 guys over here, and they're the players of the game. But, man, I could pick from about 6 or 7 because, honestly, that was a great team effort. I'm really pleased with it. Going down by 12 and win by 29, that's a heck of an accomplishment. I'm proud of these guys.
What did you say at halftime? We talked about that. What did you say?
I know.
Go if you can say what you said.
Honestly, it wasn't one of our, down 12 come to Jesus meetings. It was honestly pretty calm. We felt okay about it. We just had to make some adjustments. We were getting beat deep on the press. And when it's something like that, I can't really get on them. That's me. We've got to adjust. And they were playing hard. It wasn't a lack of effort. And as long as they're playing hard, I'm not going to get up. Playing hard and do what you're supposed to do, I'm not going to go ballistic in there. And it really wasn't – I don't think I yelled at all in there. They just came out and they played exceptionally hard. We hit 2 threes right off the bat coming out, and we got some steals. And we played our press very disciplined the second half. And I think it just kind of wore them down. And, once you get a couple steals, it doesn't have to be a steal. Make them throw the ball out of bounds. And that can change the whole complexion of the game.
And it changed their attitude. And we mentioned that, too, while we were watching the game. They were starting to get a little mouthy with each other. They started to get mouthy with the referees and the players on the bench. And we think it was because of the way the game had started to change in the second half.
Right. And we've been on the wrong end of that lately. And that's what I tell our guys all the time. We'll go, especially when we're away. The calls won't be going our way and this and that. And I'll tell my guys, keep your composure. Just tell the referee, good call, and eventually you see the referee swing. You can swing those guys your way as long as you act like you got some sense.
You have some sense.
Yeah. And a team like that, John does a great job with those guys. Like I said, he's a great friend of mine and a great coach. But a lot of times if you can get ahead of a team, you can get them to arguing.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Now, we noticed that there were some changes in the second half. In the first half, Trey Richardson lit us up for 19 points. He ended the game with 26. Did you change anything defensively regarding him?
Yeah, Dre Smith. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to tell you what, Dre Smith can guard anybody.
We saw him on him.
Yeah, we're going back, and if you remember the game against Crowley's Ridge, that one little dude lit us up.
The 5'3" guy.
Yeah, we put Dre on him. He scored 2 the second half. We went in there. We're walking to the locker room, and Dre's like, hey, go, man, coach, I'll get it. Hey, let's do it. And, it's just Dre. Dre will lock you down. And,
what he did.
And Dre's sneaky quick, and Dre is honestly as quick as he needs to be. He does it. Sometimes he's not as fast as he can be, but he's as fast as he needs to be. Yeah. But, no, Dre did a great job. Dre had a heck of a game. Aaron had a heck of a game. These 2 guys did. But, I mean, like I said, I could go down that bench. Great team effort. And I can't say enough about my sophomores who stepped up to the challenge, didn't whine, cry, or anything. Hey, they came in there, they supported the guys, and gave it everything they got when it was their chance.
Well, congratulations on a great victory, Coach, and it was fun to watch and fun to watch you coach.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, and we'll see you on our next telecast. Good luck next game.
All right, thank you.
Our coach, Mike Chumbler, had a heck of a win here at home tonight, 100-71. We'll be back with more of the post-game show with the players of the game. When we come back from this break, you are watching Stars basketball from Hall's Gymnasium on the campus of WKCTC right here in Paducah, Kentucky.
Welcome to West Kentucky Community and Technical College. I'm Olivia Chell, President of your Student Government Association. I'd like to tell you about some great opportunities here on campus. You can join a number of student organizations including SGA, Phi Theta Kappa, Hispanic Culture Club, and many more. You should also check out events throughout the semester where you can eat, play games, and meet other students. Inside the WKCTC Student Center, you can show off your talents at open mic, enjoy the arts, or even grab lunch before your next class. And don't forget about happening hour on Mondays and Wednesdays at 11. Above all, you have the chance to make lifelong friends and contacts while earning a great education. Please get involved. If you are not already on the Student Life website, check out this link to find out more information. Thank you and have a great semester.
Welcome back to the post-game show. I'm Anthony Ridgway, and we have a couple of players of the game with us. And right now with me, I'm visiting with Jaquan Jones. You had 14 points in the game tonight, but you played much larger than just by scoring 14 points. You were all over the floor.
Yes, sir. Our coaches try to emphasize that it's not about the stuff that shows up on the stat sheet. Everything, little thing from altering the shot, from getting a charge to getting a deflection. All of that stuff doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but it helps us as a team and it moves us forward, gets momentum going.
What was the tale of the two halves? What was the difference between the first half and the second half?
Energy. We brought the energy. Shots started falling at the second half, at the beginning of the second half, and once shots started falling, defensive intensity.
We noticed once you all started to get in them a little bit and the score started to change a little, they started becoming unraveled and more towards each other.
Yes, sir. See, we had problems with that earlier in the season, and now we're starting to turn that over onto other teams, making them unravel as the game goes. We're starting to become more composed, and as a team, we're getting things done.
What were they saying to each other out on the floor? What could you hear?
It's just a lot of jaw smacking out there. Yeah. Between player talk, that's about it.
Never mind. I can see you want to avoid what was said. I understand.
Yes, sir.
Well, I thank you so much for visiting with us tonight. You had a stellar ball game, not just on the scoreboard, but you were all over the floor. I saw you on the floor diving for loose balls. You were in the right place at the right time a lot of times, and it really helped in this game.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for visiting with us. Stay with us. Maybe you'll be the player of the next game. You never know.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And coming up with me next, our second player of the game, we had two tonight, Anthony Darge, the big 6'7" center that anchors that back line on the defense for the Stars, and you had a pretty good game yourself. Not a lot of points, but you had block shots, you had rebound, and you altered several shots coming into that paint.
Yes, sir. That's what I'd normally do for a coach, is I come in and block shots and help defend that paint since no one really else does too.
We noticed that your hands were a little better this game. You earlier in the year, you were bobbling the ball as it came into the paint, and you weren't really sure. You grabbed the ball tonight with some aggression, and you held on to it. You either spun and went to the basket, or you kicked it back out for the open shot for one of your teammates.
Yeah, me and Coach Hill have been working on my hands lately the past few days. I mean, I just come off being sick, so it's kind of been hard for me to get back in shape and everything. This is my first game from being sick and everything. So me being able to play like that and catch with all the hands, like all the balls I caught, really helped out with Coach Hill. Coach Hill helped out with that.
You changed a lot of shots that came into the paint. What do you attribute that to tonight?
I attribute that to just playing defense, working hard, trying to keep my team alive. A block shot can mean a lot in a game. It means it can help you either win a game. If you don't block that shot, you lose that game.
We noticed that Trey Richardson, their big man, had 19 points in the first half, had 26 for the game. You altered some of his shots as he came into the paint, and he was about 6'6", 6'7" himself. But it was the match. You were much bigger than he is physically, although you all were about the same height.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd think of it as my paint. That's my house. No one gets in there. Mm-hmm. I've always been blocking shots since I was ranked second in state last year for high school in Illinois. So when I see someone my size coming at me, I'm not scared of them. I'm going to go jump, contest. If I get dunked on, get scored on, I get scored on. I go back, go score on offense, or come back and play some more defense.
What do you look forward to the most as the season progresses?
This family to build more, because early on in the season we weren't really bonded well, and now we're starting to bond more and more, and I'm really starting to enjoy that. Out of playing together.
Well, you had a wonderful ball game. I thank you for visiting here with me tonight, and you never know, you might be the player again of another game. Mm-hmm. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Anthony Darge, our second player of the game tonight, had a wonderful game tonight. He had 4 points, but he also had 4 block shots and changed a lot of shots that came into the paint, and just one of those things that really helped the Stars come away with the victory tonight. Mr. Gary McLean is going to come in and have our stats before we wrap it up and get out of here tonight. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's take a short commercial break, and we'll come back, and we'll have the stats when we come back. You're watching Stars Basketball. Welcome back to the Hall's Gymnasium with the post-game show with the Stars. And Mr. Gary McLean has the final stats for the game tonight. Sir, take it away.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to report this one.
I bet you are. Much more excited than the last game.
It's more excited than the last game. All right. I'm going to go with Elizabethtown Community College first. Dietrich Johnson ended up with 5 for the game. Damon Munford ended up with 3. Gage Pearsall had 8. Anton Harrison had 7. Eric George had 20 for the game. He came in there at the last and kind of picked up a little slack because they shut down the Trey Richardson from the first half, and that was their game plan. Mm-hmm. I kind of overheard that just a little bit, And then anyway, Chris Hite, he had 2 points. Trey Richardson ended up with 26. Isaiah Bullware had 6, and Jordan Holt did not score. They had, for the game, they had 21 twos, 11 free shots, and 8 3-pointers for a total of 77 points. West Kentucky Tech, we had Dre Smith kicked it up that second half. He had twos coming out from everywhere. He ended up with 25 points. Trey Wilson had 4 points for the game. Alex Van Hook had 11 for the game. Quan Jones was at 13. Avery Strayhorn was at 14. Let's see here. Jacob and Jed Miskowski got to play that second half. Jed ended up with 2. Anthony Darge, who ended up only with 4 points, but yet he was a major force on the floor tonight.
He was.
Yeah, he kicked it in tonight, and he was fun to watch. And Lamont Bell had 5 for the game. Hayden Lee did not score during the game. Aaron Reed, he kicked in 18 during that second half. He had a total of 28 for the game. We had 36 twos. We had 16 free throws, and we had 6 3-pointers for a total of 106 points.
What a ball game.
That was a game. That was a good game. I mean, it was almost a little bit like the other side when they saw us taking the run. They just kind of almost stepped back and said, here, go with it,
And we did.
Don't open the door unless you plan on us going in it.
We'll see the crack and we'll just kick the door open. Kick it open. Well, thank you so much. And the stats were what they were. 171 was the final score, and we'll look forward to seeing you at our next game.
All right. Sounds great.
Thank you, Mr. McLean. We'll be back to wrap it up at the post-game show when we come back from this final message from Hall's Gymnasium back after this. Welcome back to Hall's Gymnasium, the post-game show. The WKCTC Stars on top of the Elizabethtown Community College Technical College Barons. Abe, much different than it was the last two games.
Yeah, we heard you talking to Coach, and you're talking about the kid, number 23 for is it Elizabethtown, that lit us up the first half, and like, what happened? He said, put Dre on him.
Yeah.
Put Dre on him.
Yeah, Dre Smith.
Yeah, and he did a great job, locked him up. The kid hit a turnaround jumper right here, and Dre turned around and looked at Coach and went like that. If a guy's going to make that deep of a three.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, so, but for the most part, we shot better coming out of the second half. I think we hit like 3 or 4 jumpers in a row, took them, continued to take the ball to the rim. And then they just got a little frustrated with themselves and looked up and found themselves down 18. So great game, needed that moving forward. So we'll see how this bleeds over, see if we can turn 1 into 2.
Well, it was definitely a tale of two halves in this ball game. The first half is much different than the second half. We were down by 12 going into halftime and ended up winning 100-71. So they turned it on in the second half, and when they got the pedal down, they didn't let off the gas.
No, and that's what you want. You get that momentum. Let's keep it. Nowhere in the second half it felt like something could happen, but our guys never let up, and we just kept pushing it. So great effort on our part.
Well, it was definitely something to see here this afternoon. And the turnout was a little better than I expected, especially with the rain the way it was. So it was something great here to see tonight. As you see, the next game comes up, Lindsey Wilson on the 12th. Then we have at Aspire Academy on the 16th, January the 23rd at Earl C. Clemens. Our next game will be here at home, our next telecast on the 30th against Arkansas State University Mid-South. So
yeah, that's that should be a good game. A lot of talented guys down that area. So again, we'll see how Lindsey Wilson next home game. We'll see how this one transcend over that game. Let's build on this. It's a lot of great tape, a great teaching tool from first half to second half, and showing guys this is our potential right here, because this team was pretty good.
Stars took them completely out of the game in the second half, and that's what won the ball game. That's going to do it for us here tonight. For our producer, Dan Shepard, our floor director, Tom Butler, he's Richard Abraham. I'm Anthony Ridgway. Elizabethtown Community College falls to 1-5. The Stars go to 5-8. The Stars win it here tonight, 100-71. We'll see you back here on the 30th. Have a good evening, everybody. Thanks for watching us on the Stars Network here at Hall's Gymnasium. Clear it is.